relationship with mangas have been unorthodox. I enjoy reading them, but don't care to collect them. Is that strange? However, there is one exception. Any manga that is drawn or written by Junji Ito, I will go and collect. I remember clear as day of how I was introduced to Junji Ito's work. Back in college, I was watching this YouTuber do a live stream of Resident Evil Outbreak. Kudos to anyone who remembers that lovely game. I was looking to get my next horror fix. You see, I'm a horror connoisseur. I love being scared. Horror to me is like a drug. There's something about being scared and overcoming that fear that gives me this huge rush. So I asked him that. Like, hey, is there any like very scary horror medias you know about? And he recommended me one. And he warned me that this one may haunt me while I sleep. Being an ignorant young lad, I took him up on his challenge. I was like, all right, what is it? What is this horror media that's going to haunt my dreams? He recommended Uzumaki by Junji Ito. Now, I didn't know what to expect from Uzumaki. The first thing that popped to mind was Naruto, but clearly these two are not related. That very night, I binge read all of Uzumaki, and yes, I had a very hard time sleeping for the next couple of days. Uzumaki demonstrated all of the author's talents. His biggest talent is taking something simple and as mundane, like a spiral, and making it into the most gut-wrenching, horrifying imagery you will ever see. Needless to say, I became quite the huge fan. Tragically, where I was at the time didn't have a library or a bookstore that offered Junji Ito's mangas. Yes, I can hear some of you say, oh, you can just go online and read it digitally. It's not the same, okay? I'd rather have the manga in my hand so I can flip through the pages. It's just not the same as scrolling through it. Okay, look, I'm more of a physical media guy. I don't really care too much for digital. So, cut the last year, I go to my local bookstore to see if there's any mangas that are worth reading about. I was in a bit of a manga mood last year, and thank goodness I was. While I went into the bookstore, just browsing through the mangas, a certain one caught my eye. It read Junji Ito, which I thought was like, wait, Junji Ito? That's the guy who made Uzumaki, right? I love Uzumaki. And the title was Ramina. I might be mispronouncing that, but I'm just going to go with that anyways. And I was like, okay, all right, what's Ramina? I pull out the book, and this is the first thing I see. Look at this cover. Look at this. Come on, camera, focus. Look at this. This screamed cosmic horror. I love cosmic horror, and I love Uzumaki. How could I not buy this? And it just, my mind continued to go further beyond its imaginations of what was in store here. The first thing I opened, I see this. It was crazy. If you go back to the other side, it completes the image. You get this. I want a poster of these. I do. After reading this manga, I was hooked. The next following day, I went down to the bookstore again and scoured their entire manga collection to see if there was any more stories by Junji Ito. And I hit the treasure trove, man. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Oh my god. Is Junji Ito no longer human? Ah, damn, I dropped a book. No, I hope I didn't ruin them. Oh, I can't ruin these masterpieces. Oh. Sorry about that. I went a bit of a spending spree buying these mangas, but I don't regret it in the slightest. Because, oh my god, these Junji Ito's work is immaculate. There is nothing else like that on the market. The books I managed to get were No Longer Human. This is now a story written by him. Is an adaptation of Osamu Dazai. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Do it like No Longer Human. I know you can't really see much of the cover art, but if I was to do this, make sure there's nothing naughty on there. Yeah, this is like the hard book cover art. Yeah, this is like, look at the work. This is horror artistry mastery. You can't get any better than this. You simply just can't. But would you believe me? He does. He absolutely does. Like, all these stories I got from him just never cease to surprise me or get underneath my skin. Fragments of Horror is a collection of his short horror stories, and man, there's a lot of really gruesome ones. Oh, I'm not gonna explain each of these stories because I'd rather you guys go in blind as possible, but I'll give you a few short stories from here that I really loved. There is Tomio Red Turtleneck, Dissection Chan. Smashed right here is the next short horror collection I bought, which you can see the baller cover art right here. And I love it. If I had to rate these mangas, Fragments of Horror, Smash, Romania, and No Longer Human, they're all a 10 out of 10 to me. They all are. The art style itself is already a 10 out of 10. His attention to detail and can take things like a cat and make them super scary by just simple line work is a testament to his talent. There's one more story I did buy. This one took a bit longer for me to read through because, dear Lord, this is about the same size as my dictionary. The last manga I managed to buy from the bookstore was Tomi, a female fatale that gets murdered over and over and over again and keeps coming back for more. This was a very interesting read. Tomi, to me, is a very, I wouldn't say compelling or complex, but intriguing. Is intriguing and compelling synonyms to each other? Anyways, I just don't know how to explain her character as a whole, because she's a character that has a sour attitude that when something does happen to her, you don't really feel bad, but at the same time, it's like, I don't like it happening to you. Does that make sense? I don't know. These are some of the stories I managed to buy so far. I loved all of these mangas I managed to find. I just want to continue collecting more and more. And I really want to hear what you guys have to say about Junji Ito's work. Personally, me, I find him to be the successor to H.P. Lovecraft. He does cosmic horror so splendidly well, and the fear of the unknown is always a common factor in a lot of his stories. If you're a horror connoisseur like I am, I strongly recommend any work by Junji Ito. I guarantee you will have a blast. Now, I know in this video I didn't really go into deep detail about each of these mangas, and I think I said this before in this video. I'd rather you guys go as blind as possible. So that's my collection of Junji Ito's mangas right now. I still plan to get all of them. I am constantly going down to the bookstore to see if they've added any more to their collection so I can add to my collection. What are some of your favorite stories from Junji Ito? Let me know down in the comment section below. I hope to get you guys some other time. See ya!